of the world.
Nestled west of majestic Mount Hood, less than 30 miles from Portland, Oregon, lie the graceful slopes of the Willamette Valley. Warm days and cool nights make this countryside ideal for growing the perfect berry. It's in this fertile valley where I spent the day with berry farmer Julie Shadeen.
So, Julie, how many acres are you growing berries on?
Well, we have 150 acres under cultivation and 90 acres planted right now, and so the other 60 are in transition.
Oh my God, how many different varieties?
I'd have to sit down and count them, but there are 6 varieties of raspberries right now. We have boysenberries, Marionberries, Loganberries, Tayberries, lollies. These are boysenberries, my favorite berry. It's a hybrid of a raspberry and blackberry, one of the many hybrids that are available, and it's the largest, and I think it's the berry that makes the best pie of maybe any fruit even.
Almost all of the blackberries in the United States and a quarter of the nation's raspberries are grown in this valley's rich soil. It has come to be known as the caneberry capital of the world.
Julie, why did they call them caneberries?
Because they have these what are called canes, obviously long canes, that then need to be trellised along a wire. And it includes most of the blackberries and raspberries.
Julie and her husband Tony began berry farming over 25 years ago. Initially, they harvested the berries with machines, but realized that by carefully hand-picking specialty varieties, they would become more successful.
We had hand pickers come in. We picked a better product. Because of her influence, she's absolutely picky. She insists on only the finest quality. It's made a lot of difference for the people we do business with.
What are these?
These are Loganberries, and these are Tayberries. Most people have
Crosses
heard of
between raspberries and blackberries, they have a similar taste, but Tayberries are zestier and earthier.
How do you tell the difference? I mean, they look the same to me.
They do at first blush, but the Logans, I tell people, look like somebody drove by in a fast truck and left a cloud of dust on them.
Julie then took me down the road to her farm stand, where she sells the fruits of her labor and shares tips on choosing the perfect berries.
Well, you want to see that the berries are nice and firm and glossy. And you want to look for any that may be signs of overripe or that possibly they've been refrigerated, because if at all possible, you'd like to buy your berries on the day that they were picked.
Signs of an overripe berry include brown spots on the berry, as well as an overall mushy look.
What's the best way to store berries?
You want to refrigerate them as soon as you get them home if you're not going to use them immediately. And they'll keep a couple, 3 days in your refrigerator if they're nice, fresh berries.
Not only were these berries delicious, I also learned that they're good for me, too.
The Raspberry Blackberry Commission has been having some studies done and some analysis done of the compounds in them, and it's really off the charts, their antioxidant qualities. They really are good for you on almost every level.
Well, we hear so much about antioxidants. This is like one of the best ways you can get it is in fresh fruits and vegetables.
We decided to take some berries back to Julie's house, where she showed me her favorite way of preparing these scrumptious little treats.
So, Julie, you make smoothies with your berries?
Yeah, I love to make smoothies for my husband and I to have for breakfast in the morning. It solves the problem of stopping to eat.
So which berries will you use?
Well, I think we could use some of all of them. Why don't we start with the Marionberries?
Oh, okay, good. Can I hold those for you?
Yeah.
Take some? Oh, those are beautiful.
Some raspberries.
Oh, look at those. What variety of raspberries?
These are tulamines that we've got here today. Then black
Oh,
raspberries.
I love how those
Isn't that a
look.
beautiful color?
Yeah. There you go. Great. And finally?
then a few Tayberries.
Now these...
To the fresh berries, we added 2 cups of soy milk, 1/2 cup of raspberry yogurt, and a few ice cubes.
What do you think?
I think it's ready.
Well, that's fast enough. Oh, Julie, I think you're a genius. Look at that. A fresh berry smoothie. Well, you are completely a genius at berries. I gotta tell you, Julie, you really are. I've never met anybody so committed. It's great. Thanks.
Thank you, Michael.
Cheers.
Oh, I love berries. They're such a guilt-free pleasure, aren't they?
It's a beautiful valley. It's just unbelievable, and just to see them growing everywhere, and they do such a great job with so many varieties. They were
What are
really-
those berries like, fresh off the cane?
Well, I can tell you, they are not only incredibly delicious, I definitely ate more than I picked.
Okay.
More than I put in the bucket.
Always happens to me.